Good day and welcome to Old Talk United on the United Hour. Cheers, welcome to our virtual bar. President Chad in the house, Darren Ghana, Greg B, CJ, Raul, the only number 7, Antonio, and Ravi B featuring in the background.
And Ravi B, but of course.
CJ, we know that cup empty, eh?
I know.
Why you want to make only man so?
It probably is.
You lift that cup too quick, lift it too quick. You can't just take it, come on.
Think, you know.
Yeah, no. It looking like a teacup, but men just drink all kind of thing out of that teacup, eh?
I'm telling you. What's up, fellas? What's up?
These days, tea is a dying breed. You don't hear men talking about tea again. Coffee, but
I just have my tea and night, sir.
But nobody don't drink tea.
Hot chocolate.
I drinking my tea.
Hey, but before we start off the conversation about Ronaldo, let's start off with some positive news. Malaysia supposed to be on his way to Manchester to finalize. When I say finalize, I mean sign. All the contracts have been agreed with the club, with the player, terms, everything is set.
There we go.
For the medical, right?
Yes,
so I mean,
just a quick update. This correspondent Manuel Menacho is one of these people who has some nice info. From what I understand, as about an hour ago, his plane has landed in Manchester, so it's only a matter of time, folks. People who has some nice info.
Right, niceness.
Wonderful.
Right, because so he's on the inside. So Manchester United is on the verge of completing its first signing of the window.
It's one down.
The last United Hour program we had, not this one, the one last week, not last week, the week before, we got some news and we were talking about the report that Cristiano Ronaldo's agent, had met with the owner of Chelsea and had met with Bayern Munich, and we were talking about why and how come did that get leaked out. And I was saying clearly that Ronaldo would have been the one responsible for leaking that out. And at the time, I thought it was just a power play. Meaning that I thought Ronaldo was just trying to position himself for influence, right? Threatening to leave so that the manager would make him the captain, the manager would consult him more and stuff and that kind of thing. Because Ten Hag looked like he handling his stories. Players are players. He doing what he doing. So I thought it was just a influence move. How wrong was I? Clearly, it was not an influence move. It was the forerunner to where we are at today. So where are we today? Duncan Castles yesterday came out with a story saying that Ronaldo has approached the club and asked if a good deal comes in, that he should be allowed to leave. Now, Duncan Castles in football circles is like tier 3, right? We have Romano and a couple of that.
Castles is trash.
I know in tier 1, we have a number of other people tier 2, and Duncan Castles is like tier 3. So a lot of people rubbish the thought. What Duncan Castles, Ronaldo? I was one of them. Because if you all would remember, Duncan Castles came to prominence when Jose Mourinho was at Manchester United. Yep. And when Jose wanted to say things, put things out in the public that he didn't want, that he couldn't say, Duncan Castles used to bust a story. Whether it's on Paul Pogba, whether it's on the club not supporting the manager, whatever it was. Clearly, Jose had direct links with Duncan Castles. And do you all know who Jose Mourinho agent is?
Oh,
Mendes.
Do you all know who Ronaldo's agent is?
Mendes.
George Mendes.
So when I saw Duncan Castles bust a story, I was like, I don't need Fabrizio Romano to come out and tell me that story was accurate. I didn't question it at all. I know that story was accurate, right? Exactly what the man says, exactly what it is. And Ronaldo, through his agent and those people on Ronaldo's side, put it out publicly. So, man, I was just setting it up, putting it out there so people would know where we are at before we started breaking down into parts. So, from the onset, how did you all feel hearing about the news? I mean, I watching ESPN, and ESPN doesn't hardly cover soccer, as they call it. And I see Ronaldo want to leave Manchester United, and I ain't feeling good at all. I don't know about all here, but that's why I had to play that song. That's why I start off with that song, Rum Rum, in my heart. Love. Sometimes you need something to comfort you when you're getting bad news. So talk to me. How do you feel about the news where Ronaldo is concerned today?
Honestly, the same day that news broke, or the same day I check and I see I get paid, I wasn't really.
You get paid? What is it? You get paid?
Yeah, get paid.
It was a mixed bag for you, joy and sorrow. That you saying fire.
No, it's a mixed bag. I was like, Ronaldo doing this again, not again, but I've seen this movie already.
Was that straight
punching on you? Thank you.
Yeah, and I get paid already, so I was just like double, not unbothered. It's like, hey, we had to go one. We had to free up some wages and hopefully get players.
I just trying to find to see if I have any F's to give now. I hold on. I looking because whether he go, whether he stay, it don't matter to me. I tell you straight, whether he go or stay, it don't matter to me.
I think
I just want to see my club do what is right.
And on top of that,
things in place and build a team.
Exactly.
That can challenge.
Thank you.
The most depressing thing about it was that I was watching my feed and I tell myself, all this Ronaldo talk, I just want to know if we hijacking Martinez. I really was just like, wait, boy, this man really.
I really want us to seal that deal.
Yeah,
from the sound of things, we're in the lead right now.
When I first heard the news about Ronaldo, I was like, we really can't catch a break, boy. The day after we get our first signing, we're gonna get news like seriously. We need to find that. We need to find out. Apologize or that bird that shit on me. Sorry. I mean, come on. But
that bird is called CR7, sir.
Me,
bruh.
Me being what I am, I immediately went into silver lining mode and tried to find the silver lining in the news, and I immediately found a lot of different talking points to find silver lining, both in the wording of the news, where he asking to be allowed to leave if a good deal comes. If it dissect that, it speaks volumes to the fact that if a good deal don't come, he won't go. And if the club say they don't not allowing him, he mightn't go either. Also, Ronaldo, what is on his final year, and we would have had to go in the market anyway. So,
thanks. I'm actually going to say that at one point.
Going in the market 1 year earlier is not that catastrophic. We know we had to go in the market. Throughout this season, we would have been going in the market looking for it.
Darren, let me ask you this question.
It is exactly. Go ahead, Gregory. Go ahead.
So why should we wait to go in the market 1 year?
That's my point. That's exactly my point.
Go in the market now.
Yeah, by him doing that, it just means we just have to go in the market. That's all.
Personally,
we should be in the market for a striker, young
exactly
striker now, or earmark or focus on somebody from the youth academy to be pushing to come up for that position.
Personally,
even if we don't get one, we still, in my estimation, I think if we don't find one, we could go for Anthony and play one of our existing forwards as a false nine. Because
so we could go for Anthony, but have we sold Anthony yet?
I wanna address.
There's 5 subs there, so you need that squad depth. We need to remember that.
This comment in the this comment in the comments. I want to start address this, and I want to start off with Greg.
Was that Martin?
All right. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you let me go first because I mean,
Martin is not a Man City fan?
Yes, he is.
And Noel, it don't really matter. What he is a very
All I'm gonna say to start off, what I'm gonna say here is like, what do you think he would have done if he had joined City, Martin?
Did Ronaldo use the club for his personal gains?
Yes,
what's your opinion
to
on
a
that,
point,
Greg?
and no. Because I mean, yes, he tells himself that it was a homecoming for him. It kind of boosts his legacy, you know. Because I mean, the whole aura of it being the last dance and everything with Cristiano Ronaldo, all that was made of it. So, in a way, it boosts his ego. It boosts his legacy. It boosts the kind of way that he wants to go out riding into the sunset, like you know them old westerns. To a point where it's when you look at it, you could say that there's factors of it that made it detrimental because with Ronaldo signing there, the whole hype that was put behind it, it meant that everybody thought, okay, our problems going forward with scoring goals would be solved. We could probably challenge for the league, but we knew there was still that gaping hole in the midfield that was missing. And when you look at that, in hindsight, it wasn't necessarily the greatest of deals because now you had people involved there who said to themselves, all right, I just signed one of the biggest names in world football. I don't need to do anything else. You're basically telling yourself you win the league by signing Cristiano Ronaldo, and that was not the case because
Nope.
in previous instances in previous clubs that he's been at, Juventus being one, a lot of people complained that you know Cristiano Ronaldo needed to be in the forefront of everything that was going on. So part of this is him throwing a hissy fit for no reason, and then on top of that, you look at it from the aspect of he's saying that he wants the club to show more ambition in the market. My thing with that is you don't out a fire by starting another one.
Yep.
Cristiano Ronaldo is starting an unnecessary fire right now.
You know what Cristiano Ronaldo do? You know basically Cristiano Ronaldo do? That's like you in a relationship, right? And you think the best thing to fix the relationship is airing out your concerns and dirty laundry.
Yeah,
To
boy.
think you will get better.
Facts.
It's not going to get better.
CJ, just stick up in there. You're going and finish, eh? I was thinking about what I was going to say about this analogy with Cristiano Ronaldo, and I was trying hard. I said, you know what? Every show, let us be hitting Red Woman. Let me stay away with the Red Woman analogy. But really and truly, Cristiano Ronaldo treat me like a Red Woman. She come with so much promise. So much promise. And when you thought to yourself, yeah, boy, I turn a corner, I finally get a walk. You know, I finally finish paid on the car, things starting to look up. She like, well, yes, CJ, go ahead.
No,
So please
no,
be advised that
only-
I'm going to say it one time here. Please be advised that the views expressed on the Old Talk segment are not the views of the United or anyone involved.
Songs like Ronaldo, songs like my ex-wife.
Hey!
Whoa!
Brother!
Whoa!
Brother!
Whoa!
Brother.
Whoa! Oh!
Relax.
Oh!
Watch me.
I
need to make
No, I
it
need a
true,
drink
but
for that.
I'm
I'm
telling you
coming
truth.
back. I need a drink for that one. I'm coming back.
That's
No,
all.
but-
That's all I had to say.
No, but
Attention.
anything because understand what I'm saying, and I kind of don't like how people going into it, but at the same time, we had our airing dirty laundry era in Ralph Ragnick. Everything that was aired out was aired out. Everybody who we didn't want, who we wanted to leave, minus Glazers, because you can't have it all. Oh, go on. You can't have it all. They left the club, and now, as my father
Phil
said,
Jones still there.
hey,
That's it.
yeah. But at the same time though, you have to understand, as my father said, he said the complaints Ronaldo airing and some of the fans airing from what I talked to him about, he said, but you got the greatest transfer in that one, you have a manager in Eric Ten Hag. Two, your backroom staff seems like it has come people who are smart, people who know what they're doing.
Competent, correct.
You have a competent back staff now in
We
the
turn
board.
a corner.
Exactly. He said, for me, it's a turning corner that you have to understand. It's a process. But why come now, after the day before we signed Malasia, a youth who can't wait to go to United, then he comes and then boom, he sees this and a transfer potential transfers, see this, you're then going to tell yourself, you're bringing it 2 steps back because we're going forward.
Thank you.
Imagine
it leaves a bad taste in anybody's mouth when you think about going forward. Anybody else who wants to sign for United now is like, okay, if Ronaldo talking like this.
And the crazy thing is,
thank you.
People would say maybe Ronaldo trying to speed up things, but you don't do things in a specific way. Because look at it. We have no Champions League football, but yet men like Martinez and Anthony telling the agents, hey, you see that United deal? Get me that United deal. That is something. So
they still have football in Europe to support it with that point. It might be Champions League, but they still have
exactly. And on top of that, you know the crazy thing about it? You would think that would be a crutch for us, but it's not.
Nope.
And we getting the deals done. We are not getting robbed. The thing we complained about that United price going away. So what the hell? So his thing about no ambition.
It didn't fully gone away. It has not fully gone away. It gradually going away because
it's fully gone away.
To remedy it.
Yeah, but to put things into perspective, just to summarize what CJ is saying there, this season, what the work that we are doing in this transfer window, we're not going to get a brick salad.
We're not going to get what?
A bricks salad.
Okay, all right. Come on, man. Come on.
I wanna throw something. I want to throw something out there, and then I want to go. I want to go to Darren. Darren, I'm going to go to you first with this. I've been hearing some people saying that Manchester United failed Cristiano Ronaldo. That he came here with all good intentions, a level of professionalism. Players didn't want to listen. The back room. The Glazers in putting out the money and this, that, and the other. I really can't understand that. You see, the narrative that Cristiano Ronaldo would have put out on the Duncan Castles article, that the lack of movement in the transfer window and this and that is the lack of ambition. It is there to appeal to me, to our angst, because we have angst with the Glazers.
Yep.
We have angst. But when you chose to come to us, you knew the situation at Manchester United. You came with your eyes wide open. Yep. It's not like you came and it was you didn't know what was going on. You knew it was, even under Ole, we were still using the term rebuild.
Correct.
Because we knew that we still had levels to go. So Cristiano Ronaldo is, to me, now trying to use our angst against the Glazers, use our angst against the inefficiency of Ed Woodward and co. to say, well, it's not my fault I want to leave, It's really the club fault. I want to
leave. Exactly.
And it's them fault because he know we vex with the club.
Exactly.
Yep. Of course. They are going to play on that. They're going to play on that.
I'm not falling for that. As far as I'm
Thank you.
You want to leave. I don't want to hear about the Glazers.
Be a man. I can respect that. I agree with you.
Glazers out last week, last year, 10 years ago. I will be Glazers out tomorrow. Don't tell me nothing about the Glazers. When Ronaldo you want to leave.
At the end of the day, can I just say this though? Can I just say this real quick? I just don't want anybody to understand that nobody's saying that we're wrong, that Ronaldo's wrong for wanting us to be ambitious. There's nothing wrong with having ambition.
No,
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's not what you do.
It's the way that you go about expressing your desire to want
that you do it, or how you do it.
It's always going to be the biggest issue because you're burning bridges.
I want Darren to weigh in because, as I say, there are two sides, and I hear in that side coming out of the a lot on social media, so there are some people that they're viewing it that way. But I want to know how Darren views it. When he heard the news, does he see it as we betrayed Ronaldo, or does he see it as Ronaldo just being ambitious for himself?
All right. As I said in multiple groups when the news broke, this is a very delicate situation.
True.
Yeah, why?
Yep.
Cristiano Ronaldo is arguably probably the greatest player we ever had. Some may say, some may think so, some may not, but you can't argue that he is a legend of Manchester United. He came back to Manchester United after multiple successful spells. You're an older player. So now you're back at United. You play one season this year, realize you're probably not up to the standard that you want for yourself. You really think Cristiano Ronaldo want to outright say, I want to leave? You think he want to tarnish his reputation and his legacy at Manchester United? So what does he do? He decides, hey, let me get my agent to make a nice story for me. If
Bitch move.
offer comes, I'm asking if I would be allowed to leave. I need all to pay attention.
Knowing fully well your agent out there trying to get an offer.
Yeah, but
it's just these guys played, eh?
But Dario, you kind of had to look at it from the perspective of, is like, look, we've seen this with a certain Frenchman who's no longer on our books.
Yep.
So how do you think this is going to look to the others in the fan base?
You know,
this Ronaldo do not want to tarnish his legacy.
But you don't think by pulling a move like that.
Let me get a rebuttal, please. Let me get. Darren, let me tell you something. And that exactly right there is what the problem is. It's all about him. It's not about the club. It's never about the club. I have a question to ask most people. Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo intended to come back to Manchester United at the point in time that he did? Does anybody really think that?
No.
That move that Messi made to PSG, I am telling you, he was going to head to PSG next. And that move that Messi made completely put a spoke in his wheel.
Yep.
Completely put a spoke in his wheel. So what am I going to do? Drum up some interest from Manchester City and then force Manchester United? Because I'm telling you, the moment Cristiano Ronaldo walked through those doors was the death of Ole. You know why? We were already heavy into the season. Who was our centre forward?
It was dead from before, but go ahead.
No. But we started off this season in a fair way. We were still using the term rebuild. And I'm guaranteeing you this season would have been much more successful had Cristiano Ronaldo had not come, because he changed he completely changed how Ole wanted to play. And we had to accommodate him, facilitate him. The entire team regressed, but he was the one who still got his stats. That tells you something. This is a team that finished second and third the year before. We scored less goals last season than we did this season before without him. It tells you something. Narrative is a hell of a thing, and people need to understand this. How you see something is important, and we have to see it from all sides. I would have respected him more if he said, look, I'm 38 years of age. I really want to help the club, but I can't really hang around, but I want to win more things. I would have respected him more. But the manner in which he went about it is what I cannot respect. I don't care if you're a footballer, you are a man. You're a man.
Bro, but I do agree with your perspective entirely.
No, because you're talking about his image, and he does not want to tarnish his image with the fans, right? But if you don't want to tarnish your image with the fans, you know what you should rightfully do? Honor your contract. That's what you should rightfully do. Honor your contract. What you want to say. Go ahead. Let me
get to this. From the time Ten Hag arrival was announced and occurred, he said the rumor was Ten Hag doesn't see him in his plans. That came
I said otherwise. Go ahead.
Right. That came and was scrapped. That whole thing was realized where it was a farce. But Ronaldo came out publicly and said he's going to honor his contract. He said so. Now we hearing that he want to move. A man of Cristiano Ronaldo's stature and experience would never say something in a public domain and recanting it without any greater gain for him. He making himself look bad. And if it's beneficial to him to an extent where it doesn't matter about the public perception, I benefiting, I think he's willing to take that chance. And with that being said, I think there's rumor about some sponsorship deals. I think that's part of the reason why he recanted. I could be wrong.
No,
but I think there's something bigger as to why he recanted on when he said, the man openly said, I want to make Manchester United great again. I am going to honor my contract. So why all of a sudden you want to move?
But also too, let me really make it in, because I genuinely do feel, you know how I know you're unshipping this? He could have, you know what he said? I'm not seeing any ambition, right? And he probably would have played that as the Glazers' fault. Bro, Ed is gone. Edward, what is gone? Everybody who was holding things back is gone. You didn't even get a training session under your belt.
Not one.
Everybody, trying to rush this thing, and you know how I know I'm falling for it? We didn't even know what Eric going to do yet. Eric can even
Thank you.
sit down
Thank you.
and analyze
Thank you.
anything. Eric has said that I
Thank
don't
you.
want any kind of bacchanal yet, because let me talk to these players. Let me get things on our
Thank
field.
you.
And for
Exactly.
me to do this,
And
not
see what you
because
have working with on the pitch.
exactly. And now to do
Side
this.
note. Side note. I mean, there were also agreements in place that they had to basically plug any kind of leaks that were going forward.
Correct.
Exactly. So for
And
me,
nobody has leaked anything. Even Eric Bailly, who
Eric Bailly.
media has
Nothing.
been saying
Nothing.
that the club
Nothing.
is willing
Nothing.
to sell. Even he said something positive going into training.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Yeah.
The
said
only
anything
man that
about,
has said
"I wanna
anything
leave,"
of a
nothing.
controversial nature since that has transpired is
Ronaldo.
thank you.
I think we're presented with such a great
On the
opportunity
flip
here.
side, guys, I realize that we're being critical of Ronaldo and all that jazz. But if we're being very real with ourselves, the kind of player that we know Ronaldo is, we don't have any players to facilitate him. There's no players that could bring the ball to him in an efficient manner.
So why come here? Why come here?
It's Manchester United, though.
What I'm gonna
Manchester
say is
United, though.
we are not where
He had Bruno
we are
and
not
behind him. He wasn't getting any.
for what he needs to maintain his
that
greatness.
could
We are not there. We are not
If we had
there.
a
We are
player
not
that
there.
can bring the ball up in an efficient manner, and the attacking options not concerned that they can't, so they have to drop back to get it, Ronaldo would have been in a lot better position.
But I don't disagree with you, Darren, in the fact that we know that we could have probably created a little more chances. We know Rashford was horrible. This was a poor standard for a poor season for Bruno by his standards. Even though he still had the most chance created in the league, we are acknowledged that
And he's the
by
top
Bruno's
assist in the
standards,
Champions League as well, too. Huh?
right? By Bruno's standards, it was still a poor season. Rashford wasn't crossing the ball. Rashford wasn't even doing anything other than
he wasn't doing anything. Yeah, he wasn't doing anything.
And Jadon Sancho decision making was kind of
right. Sancho took a while. Sancho only came into himself the last couple months of the season, and then he got injured. So what you're saying is true. But in another regard, you also have to look at it from the standpoint that we're looking to bring in Anthony. We're looking to do things to get the ball forward to our attackers. That is the whole reason we're looking for a deep line playmaker in the young.
We're looking to. He is watching. Manchester City just won the league, and there was no lapse between them winning the league and them signing Haaland. Let me answer
Darren, please. Let me answer Darren, please.
Hold up. Liverpool almost won a quadruple, and there was minimal delay between them getting Darwin Núñez. These teams are in a very good position.
Let me tell him why. Can I tell him why? Can I tell him why? Can I tell him why?
That lack
Liverpool,
of ambition, I can understand where
it has nothing to do with lack of ambition, Darren. You have to understand it's not just what you see on face value. No, listen, I was listening to you. I wanted to listen to me. You are thinking that we are in the same league as Manchester City and Liverpool currently in the transfer market, brother, and we are not.
Nope.
You are talking about teams that just purchased final pieces to their team while we are rebuilding. Of course we wanted Núñez. Could we have paid 100 million for Darwin Núñez? No, brother, let's be realistic. We are not there yet. We are not there yet. We are not there yet.
Nah, I think you misunderstand where I'm coming from, but okay.
But before that,
well, explain what your ambition means. Explain what your ambition means in terms of the Núñez deal. Tell me, what do you think we should have done? Go ahead.
And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm speaking from
Cristiano
Ronaldo's point of view, not from my point of view. I understand it's a process. I'm saying if I was Cristiano Ronaldo, seeing what he's doing, I could understand, and I would say I agree. I could understand why he may feel the way that he is. Understanding and agreeing is two totally different things. I can understand your point, but do agree with it. I understand where he's
fully understand. Fully understand.
I'm rivaling for the title of one of the greatest players of all time. Some may say you already have it.
Thank you, and that is what I'm glad that you say that. It's already
Messi
set in
is still
stone.
champion.
You're a legend. You're
I'm
a
in
legend. You've surpassed Messi. You're a legend. You're a
He's very
legend.
competitive. I'm a champion. Messi's in Champions League. I'm in Europa. I'm in a squad where I'm going to be competing against the like of a almost complete team in City, almost complete team in Liverpool. My team finished 6th, but we ain't buying nobody yet, and I'm not the manager ain't bringing nobody to train yet. As I've been a very competitive person, that will leave you wondering what you're doing. Tell me something. Let me know, because I have no time to wait. Father, time is against me. I'm 37 going on 38.
Okay, so let me ask a question, Darren. Let me ask you a question. You remember what we are saying is we have no issue with how Cristiano Ronaldo is feeling, and we can all understand that and share a bit of that frustration. Going back to what Greg said, going back to what I said again, it's not about what you do, but how you do it, how you go about it. Cristiano Ronaldo could have gone to the club internally and say, here what? I really ain't liking what I'm seeing in terms of the transfers. I'm giving you all a 2-3 week period. Let me see what you're gonna do. If not, I may have to find the next club. You do not allow your manager to come and speak on your behalf while you hide behind him. I cannot appreciate that. If you want to leave, I can understand.
We were
understand.
literally crucifying Paul Pogba the other day for doing that just before Manchester derby. Coming and having Raiola basically leaking information that he almost offered him to City.
Also,
why are we giving Cristiano Ronaldo so much room?
Facts.
Come on.
Facts. Everybody must be held. Everybody must be held to the same standards.
Cristiano Ronaldo is a proven performer. Pogba wasn't. Pogba was consistently inconsistent. Like
Right?
No, we agree.
But I still perform. Agreed.
my thing is
Agreed.
this, but my thing is this is again, it come like we understand Ronaldo, you know, but man pocket watching without moving in a kind of sensible way, because it come like this. Yes, Liverpool paid for Darwin Núñez, but from a lot of Liverpool fans, what I read, that Darwin Núñez deal is going to be the only deal they make for a long, long time.
And that's all they need to. That's all they needed. That's all that they needed. That's all that they needed.
To make matters worse with that deal, it's literally contradicting something that Jurgen Klopp said years ago. He said he would never pay 100 million for a player.
Exactly.
Correct.
And the next thing we have to look at it too, and what we have to understand, you need context with everything.
Mm-hmm.
United cannot. I understand we need to move quickly with our deals, but at the same time, we are fighting our own demons within the transfer market. We're trying to not get robbed, bruh. You gotta understand.
And that's it. That's it. That's it.
And on top of that, we're trying to get players out of our ranks who don't want to be here. You can't.
And that's it.
And
that's it. That's it.
The United taxes are a real thing, you know. We want a player. The player is 40 million. And next club want him, they sell him for not 20.
Hold on. So you understand that? I'm sure you understand why I said what I said.
When you're watching a situation, you need to watch it from all sides. Even if you agree on one, you need to understand and respect.
We are. What I'm saying is, I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm not a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. This is not Cristiano Ronaldo FC. He can feel however he wants to feel. I'm studying what is the betterment for my club and how this is making my club look in a positive moment. Why was this necessary? No.
But
there's an aspect of it, Darren, that shows a sense of a lack of respect for the people around you. You also kind of have to allow the people who are making these decisions to do their job. They're trying. Tony, let me finish. Just because they have not done certain things just yet, we're on the verge of completing a deal for Tyrell Malacia. Yes, we haven't bought any other midfielders or any other players in just yet, but it does not mean negotiations are not taking place. The best thing for Ronaldo to do at this point is to allow these things to happen before he decides to throw a tantrum.
Come down from there.
Let me throw this into the pond. Ericsson don't mind coming United. We want to see who else signs.
Hold on. That is totally his prerogative.
The reason why I brought it up is the same thing that's going on with Ronaldo. Ronaldo wants to see that the club is making steps in
No, brother.
that
It's the
direction.
same thing.
No,
That's like Ericsson. They want to force Ronaldo for it,
it.
and Ericsson do the same thing.
And it's hold on, just now. Let me guess it because I sit down quiet for a while.
Yeah, good. Bro.
Right? So let me get a little see. Let me tell you why that is different. Ronaldo is already in the club.
Thank you.
Ericsson is shopping for a club. That is the major
Yo,
difference.
I wanna say yes
I
and talk
don't
about.
see that. I don't see that.
But Chad,
I respect you.
but fellas, I wanted to since earlier something popped into my mind with the way that Ronaldo moving, right? About him and about money and ensuring that he has money, makes money, thing. Do you all think in about 10 years' time that Cristiano Ronaldo will make a bid to purchase Manchester United?
I doubt that highly.
He might faster try and purchase Sporting Lisbon.
Probably not
He might
Manchester
try to be the
United.
coach than buy the club.
Well, there's
No,
that.
because clearly he doesn't love the club that much. If this is what he's doing, so I'll just throw that out there also. I mean, you know,
But he
I
loves
don't-
it.
Let
He loves
me
it.
tell you something, eh? I am waiting to see if Cristiano honors his word and gives Sporting Lisbon a season. And when I say a season when he not on crutches. When he
not on crutches.
when he can
Thank
actually
you.
contribute.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
Cristiano love Manchester. He loves Sporting Lisbon. He love Real Madrid. He love his son. He love his wife. But there's only one person he love more.
His
and
goddamn self.
everything else.
His goddamn self.
It sounds like a convent gang to me.
Bruh.
Facts, bro. Stop the
Sounds like
diva nonsense, man. But honestly, what I'm saying is,
Zlatan Ibrahimovic is a 40-year-old man, and he basically stayed there 2 seasons with AC Milan and allowed them to
Thank
get
you.
the opportunity to build themselves.
thank you. Why can't Cristiano Ronaldo do the same? Because it's all about him. It's all about him.
You know,
It's
Darren,
all about him.
I'm sorry that I didn't go back and clip the videos that we did. Remember, we came here, we did a live when Cristiano had signed, and we were so happy. And we were so as Big Phil said that earlier in the show. You see, I was flinging my locks, man. We was jumping up and down. We was singing when Cristiano came.
Please, he was probably drinking. He was probably drowning himself in a bottle of rum or something when he was there. He acted like he's the only one. Wait, come on.
Monge.
And the reality
how ironic.
The reality of it is that, remember we were talking the day before. We had 2 shows. We had the show when we heard he was going City. And we were saying certain things, Darren. And then we had the next show when we heard he was coming.
Some change. That's why I try to be consistent. I try
Right?
my best.
And remember the show at City, I was saying that whatever Cristiano does is going to be for his legacy. It's his legacy. I remember saying, who care about legacy? How you gonna betray the club? And I was like, the man is at this stage of his career, he is only interested in his legacy.
That's the conversation.
What Cristiano should have done, is when he realized we didn't make Champions League. When Ten Hag
immediately
he should have told Ten Hag,
say, nah, I ready to roll.
I love the club, you know. But and this is no disrespect to you
this ain't it for me.
And what I think you could bring to this club as a new manager. But I am Mr. Champions League. And really and truly, I am not Mr. Europa by the same ring to it.
You don't think it's about a reason why he just suddenly changed his tongue?
I don't think it
was sudden. Remember the first time we heard leaks about Mendes talking to Chelsea and Bayern Munich. That was a week ago. And the leak we heard was a week after those meetings had taken place. So you're looking at now that he has made a decision.
That conversation never occurred. The agent Mendes never spoke with the owner of Chelsea. That was just gas up talk.
But Mendes,
regardless of what, we playing chestnut checkers out here.
Bayern Munich came out and said that they spoke to his agent. So even if you say he didn't meet with the owner of Chelsea, he met with Bayern Munich.
He would never go to Chelsea.
Mendes.
We know this. Just like we know he would never go to City, but he does these things for a reason, my brother. He does these things for a reason.
Trying to drive home, Ronaldo. But I understand. Probably don't even want to leave, you know. He just want to see, even if I'm not in
But-
Champions League, show me that all they want to win something.
But here's the beauty of it. If I'm Manchester United, you know what I'm doing? I'm playing chess, not checkers. I'm using this PR spin that he's doing for our own. You want to see ambition? No problem. I'm letting you leave and use your same wages that you're receiving to put back into the club. Something fresher, something younger. That would show some ambition, not so? Because everybody else's line, Haaland leading City's line, Nunes leading Liverpool's line, and who's leading our line at 38-year-old? Come on.
The greatest player that ever lived.
The greatest, yeah, the greatest. The greatest. Agreed. But that greatest didn't help. That plenty stats. What did he help Juventus win? What did he help Juventus win?
Season, and all of a sudden he's the best thing in the world.
For me,
What did he help Juventus win? Right. So should we have paid 100 million for him if you only had one good season? You're contradicting yourself, Darren.
I never
Come
said
on.
that.
And to make matters
But
worse too,
you're upset
Benfica
that-
raised the fee on us too. Benfica raised that fee on top of us too. Because that
Come
not
on.
I never said
we
we
were
should
Come on.
have gone for Darwin Núñez.
Come
I'm just
on.
saying,
Listen to me. Greatest Cristiano Ronaldo. But glory, Manchester United, brother. Greatest Cristiano Ronaldo. But glory, Manchester United. No player is bigger than any club. He wants to rule. I would love to let him go. Ten Hag would be better fit.
That is not true.
Alright, cool.
No player is greater than our club. There are
Facts.
certain clubs in the world where they have players that
Facts.
Ooh.
Fellas, I want to transition the conversation a little bit because even though I hear and understand what Darren is saying, I think overall we all have the same mind. We understand why Ronaldo is leaving. We understand. Nobody here doesn't understand. We understand.
Why you
We
want
are all
to
that-
leave? You're not sure that you're leaving yet.
Okay, fair enough.
The door is open.
Fair enough. So
Like
I want to
Bruno Mars.
ask this question. Let's look forward, right? Because until this conversation took place behind the scenes, Ten Hag would not have been planning that we had to buy a striker. It was something that was an option, but it wasn't necessarily a must-have. Now we're in a situation where we have to plan for the event, because I don't know about anybody else, but I
Just
have
the eventuality.
Mendes is the kind of person, if I go in to run a Mission Impossible, I want him calling it. You understand? Judge Mendes, I don't know where if Wolves will come up with something. Even though they're not in Champions League, I just playing the fool. But Judge Mendes is the kind of person, he will make it happen. If Cristiano say he want to go and play Champions League,
You want to go? Yeah, you will make it
he
happen.
will make it happen. So let's assume that he's not going to be here. How do you all think this is going to affect the club going forward? Now, I'm gonna pick one aspect of it. You all don't have to jump on my aspect. You all could agree, disagree, or you all could pick other aspects of it. So I just want to start off with one. And the one aspect I am looking at it is from the perspective of Martial. Now, I'll be very honest. I've been very critical of Martial on this platform. I said 3 weeks ago that out of all the players coming back, I was prepared to give everybody a chance under Ten Hag, including Maguire, except Martial. As far as I was concerned, could dig a hole and throw Martial in it for me. Right? He was done. He was finished.
I hear a butt coming and I hear a butt coming there. Come in.
No, well, you see, even when your mind is set sometimes, you just have to watch things and you just have to be prepared to change your mind.
Correct.
You know what changed my mind?
Correct.
What changed my mind is that first video when men was walking into training.
The Joker smile.
And I was like, but wait.
The Joker smile.
I didn't see this person in 3 years. The last time I see that person walking in here was 3 years ago. And that person was
for 20 goals,
20 something goals.
Hey.
And he had the schoolboy fade.
That man walking there and he's smiling in the camera. I was like, wait. No, Chad, you had to give this man a chance. And then now with this news, we all know the best version of Martial we ever see is when he doesn't have competition. No Zlatan, no Ronaldo, Martial is go crazy.
Yep.
I'm the man.
Right? So when I look forward, I am telling myself, could this help the re-emergence of the Martial that we know it's possible. That's one of the positives.
My only issue with that, Chad, is just I'm hoping that it's something that can be consistent this time because,
Yeah, boy.
like you said, that season the man was balling out of control, and then the
Thank
next
you.
season after that is like the man fall off a cliff.
That was COVID.
He's
season.
like a baller. He's like a baller momentum.
20-something plus goal season from Martial. At least he'll have resale value again. Right now, we can't
Facts.
give Martial away, no.
Yeah, we can't get him away.
I don't think Jabuti will take Martial and a free.
What they say about the block daddy stone builder refuse?
Yeah, it become the chief
What they
cornerstone.
say about the block daddy stone builder refuse becomes the what? The cornerstone.
The chief
So
cornerstone.
we might be surprised. We actually have a coach who's going to play a structure, who's going to play a system, have players running in and out and in behind of each other. And I think that's where he and Marcus thrive. So we might be pleasantly surprised. And I honestly think that if Ronaldo is not here, Ten Hag has a better chance to succeed. Most people mightn't see that or understand that, but I think he would actually have a better chance to succeed because as much as I love Cristiano Ronaldo, I appreciate all that he did for his club. I appreciate all of his greatness. What he brings and what is happening to the club at the moment is not what we need right now. I can understand he go to a club that is ready to do what he needs them to do for him. A PSG, a Bayern Munich who's already built and set up like that. But we are in a process where we're rebuilding and we're not going to rush it just because you want us to be ready for your last hurrah or your last season at Manchester City. No, it doesn't work like that. It's a process. Because we could go and run and purchase players that aren't right for us a year before. I would wait a year on a player that I know is right for our system and our team, These things have to be calculated. We have to do the work behind the scenes. That's how it works. But we have to be patient with it. And I don't think he has the time with us to be patient. It's not our fault he's 38, You're just not suiting what we're planning to do at the moment. That's all.
So somebody in the comments was talking about what Ten Hag was able to do with Sebastian Haller.
Yeah, that was Alan.
And my question.
What Moyes couldn't?
And my question, and we'll go around. As I said, for me, I think one of the positive fallouts of this may be a resurgence of Martial. So what I want you all to tell me is what do you all see? Assuming that it happens and Ronaldo leaves, how do you see this working out, if at all? Because it may not be a positive, you all might see a negative, I don't know, right? But how you all see this working out for Manchester United in the season? We'll go around the desk. So Darren, looking into the season, no Ronaldo, how are we going to be affected?
I just said Martial. If it's any player, I think going to have a resurgence. If Ronaldo is to leave, is Rashford. I personally, knowing what Rashford gave us and why he was so terrible, the multiple reasons why he was so terrible last season, I quicker see Rashford being the Rashford that we know than Martial being that guy that step up. That's just the way I see it. Because the thing about it is, when Lingard was with us and he was being pushed on the side, he went West Ham, shine, he came back. Okay. When Martial with us, he get pushed aside, he went Sevilla. What happened? Same thing. Different environment, different style of play. Come on. Let me be really here. Martial, in my book, is a low score, that ship sail. 7 years.
But Darren,
I was there 2 weeks ago. I can't fight it on
rumor has it you have an outside woman now, so you go play good.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Next one.
Yep. And everybody
have an outside woman, the man get divorced. So leave Martial alone. The man get divorced. You can't be, I don't understand. Divorced men don't have outside women.
Chad.
If I'm Eric Ten Hag, if I'm Ten Hag, I'm telling Marcel. Go ahead. I'm telling Marcel this. I believe in you. I believe in your talent and what it is that you can do, and I'm giving you until January to show me what you can do. If you really want to be here, I'm going to give you the opportunity to show me that you want to be here. Marcel is the type of player, once he starts to score goals, he's like a rolling ball or whatever you want to call it. Once he starts to feel himself, I'm telling you, once he starts to feel himself, he's a different person. I think a lot of the issues that he's had isn't because of the football, it's what has happened to him off field. So maybe he's a bit more settled. Maybe he'll come back and feel more at home. Maybe he might come back and actually seeing a coach who is who is knowledgeable of what he is trying to do on the pitch. You understand? Sancho, Rashford, Martial.
CJ,
I actually think he needs to lose a little bit of weight and get a bit more lean because he has put on some size, and to me it messes with his fluidity as a player. He doesn't look as graceful as he's accustomed, and it's not because of injury. It's not because of injury. So we need to find the best way to get him back there.
So you move from a
Agreed.
So you're saying it's Lukaku trajectory? You're saying it's Lukaku trajectory, you're saying?
Nah, all the weight he could put
I just say it.
Martial will never lose that first touch. Yes,
that is silk. That is silk.
Well,
that is silk.
There's that.
That is silk. That is silk. That is silk.
Gonna say something.
Oh, when you think about it, again, people just want to be scoffing at we have new transfers and players and a new mindset, but it could be true though, because when you think about it, under the previous tenure, nobody was gonna be happy under that. You know, it is that one co-worker who knew the work, and everybody started working. It's a new environment. It's a new place, and that happens in football. And to me, I am not
agreed.
Who don't deserve a chance, because for me, the one thing I liked about this whole thing was when Eric said, listen, he could have just be like, nah, you can't be here, you can't be here, and set that standard. But he was like, you know what? What's going on? I let you know this is a clean slate. Because he knows very well, if it's a clean slate, nobody could say, well, I put too much pressure and you fail. The ball in your court. And I like that. And when you do people that most of the time, they tend to see that, wait, I am literally...
You get a reaction out of them. Yeah.
Exactly. And you're literally absolving yourself from that blame of, well, I am put no pressure on nobody. Because, let's be very honest, all the bad news we getting out that leaks. The one leak that didn't go viral was that whole phrase, you know. You realize that one leak didn't go viral because guess what? In our perfect world, in FIFA 22, yeah, you could switch out a whole 11. Yeah, cool. You don't try that and it has never worked. You know what teams will be doing that half the time, switching players and getting big names just so? Because PSG does it. What has happened? What them win big?
Fully agree by Alan boy.
And on top of that, remember when Fulham bought a full 11 side and everybody thought that was going to blow up? It blew
still
up.
end up getting relegated.
It blew up, just blow up in the wrong direction.
Because the thing is, if you
And
go
they had some real ballers on that side too.
Ryan Sessegnon was literally, when I hear that name come, I was like, yo, that's a good team. But again,
good team.
They couldn't mesh. It didn't work.
It was a good accumulation of individuals.
Exactly.
Facts.
You need a team. And I think Eric Ten Hag is now doing things like, oh, we're going to line together more. We're going to have one-on-one conversations. If you have a problem, talk to Steve McLaren. If you can't catch me.
It's a family-friendly environment.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes,
Open communication.
I feel now is my time to go and try out, but I feel the atmosphere finally right for me to go and try out for Manchester United. I feel I can get through now. I feel I get through.
They might do it as a Brent Sancho and say forget.
No,
Hey, Charlie might be the aquatic engineer, boy.
Yeah, but yeah, I like to swim. I like water, baby. You know. CJ, as you're talking there, we still on this question. How would you see things changing? What do you see going forward if Ronaldo does leave?
Honestly, what I see with
pick
Ronaldo
one. We know everybody have more than one. I pick one, Martial. Darren say Rashford. What do you see change?
Like which player I see changing?
No, not player. Anything. But one thing.
Honestly, I think with Ronaldo leaves, there's less pressure on these players because it's an actual clean slate. Because if you think about it, Ronaldo carries expectation. And when Ronaldo came, the expectations went like way above unrealistic levels. And if he leaves, when you think about it, like, you know what it reminds me of? The first season with Ole. In that, it was a slow start. They realized like everybody, even youths like Brandon Williams, they were under the impression that, hey, you just go and play, you know. Like, you can go and play. There was low expectation. Everybody decided to shine. even when somebody made a mistake, like the one game that made me realize that less high expectations, the more people gradually get as a team. When we went to work, it was Sheffield. When we drew it against Sheffield, and we sing it. You ever realize after that game we started to get some kind of form? Then you started to get something, and then when Bruno Fernandes came, and then when men was just like, "Hey, just play your football," and Bruno started to get adjusted, and everybody started to get adjusted around Bruno, and the manager started to get a sense of camaraderie at that time. Everybody played the game. Everybody stepped up. Then season after, there wasn't much of a big expectation, but men just went out there and played the game. Men was willing to die for each other. When you saw men like Shaw, who was bullied out of the team from hosting, which I understand that, yes, it was a clash of personalities, but at the same time, man started to flourish. And I think that's where Eric would kind of get even more if Ronaldo leaves. It starts being less expectation and more hard work and one step at a time.
And what about you, Raul? How you think things would change?
If he goes, it probably would be a better for the just alluding to the same time, similar to what CJ saying, because people would be allowed to be themselves without this concrete block on their shoulder. I can't even call it a chip, because you had to, because so
we move from low expectations to no expectations. I was saying.
No. Remember, as you're saying, with that personality there, personality we're speaking about, the second number 7, because there's only one, right? You're right. That whole pressure that we had to achieve thing, and then he coming down, probably his style of coming down on the players and showing them up too, it was a good thing. He showed people for their stupidness, their lack of professionalism, and not wanting to do the work. That was the good part of it. But the bad part of it was those players who could not handle the pressure of that situation, of having to step up. They didn't have that testicular fortitude to do it immediately or step up and hit. Given time with the new manager, they could build. They could learn how to do it properly, but not be forced and rushed,
exactly,
where it was to their detriment in this season going here.
Exactly.
I can be I totally understand that point and agree with it majority, but I can be kind of critical of that point of view as well, because let me look at Lingard, right? How much seasons we keep saying that he's a budding player and a prospect for the future. When did he ever step up? Because we always viewing it in the when we get there. When will we ever get there? There comes a time where you have to hold men accountable and you have to throw you into the deep end and you have to learn either you sink or you swim.
Yeah.
You can't ever be open
which is correct.
You understand?
But what I'm
to the deep end, they can't cut on somebody all the time.
But Darren, understand what I'm saying is, if he goes, it gives us that a whole resetted mindset, 1, 2, but also for Ten Hag, it could free up a whole wealth of options and dynamics,
of course,
dimensions of play, utilizing players.
And
because if you have to focus on this 38-year-old whole time, then, okay. For instance, difference between Ronaldo and Zlatan.
Feeling like I'm in church now, man.
Woo!
I love them both.
You didn't have to play around Zlatan. Zlatan played for the team.
Yep.
You didn't have to play around
Zlatan. You heard the word that you're consistently using, Raul? Team.
I wouldn't listen to the sacrilege. I can't condone the sacrilege.
You can't condone that. Go back.
How is that sacrilege?
Go back and watch Zlatan highlights and watch Cristiano highlights. And tell me. Watch my Cristiano. Hold on.
Wow, you are aware that this is the worst.
I'm gonna show you something.
In many years, right?
But
This-
understand what I am saying.
And who was leading the line in that worst team again?
The same worst team that finished second and third the year before. Narrative, Darren.
When the
Hold on.
fire
Narrative,
was
Darren.
lit under
I want to put
this
something
team,
into perspective.
everybody
for you
clap.
now.
when
want
the
to put
fire
something
was
into
lit
perspective.
under this team, everybody.
I love
You know some of the
Adidas
first
too,
words you know
I
some of the
love
first
Adidas
words
too.
Ten Hag used when he got to United. He said, "I don't think this team is as bad as it appears." This is the same team that finished second
You
the
know,
season before.
Ten
That
Hag's
tells you
fault.
that tells
Ten
you
Hag's
something.
I know
Ten
It
Hag.
tells you something.
You know the
It's
problem
not just it's not players just all of a sudden just
really
fall off and
don't
get bad.
believe
No.
I'm sitting down listening to 4 men telling me that Cristiano Ronaldo is the problem with the squad. I really don't want to believe that is why here.
We never said
Nobody
that.
said that.
Never
Nobody
said
said that, Darren.
problem.
Nobody said that,
Darren.
Darren. Nobody said that, Darren. Nobody said that.
I now see why you tell me a woman next year.
He's the wrong place. He's in the wrong place. He's in the wrong place.
Darren.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
No.
That's all your
Understand.
opinion.
Raul,
Eh,
I just can't say it, right? Now, I am not here to be politically correct, but I go and blatantly say it. Nobody ever said any of that. You know what's the killing part? It's not what Ronaldo himself. It's just what it brings. It's the expectation.
Thank you.
It's like
The
you have,
spectacle.
it's like for example, money. Having a lot of money doesn't mash you up. It's just the expectation and the thought of so much money. What are you going to do with it?
So you are telling me you are comfortable knowing that a team of players cannot live up to the expectation of being top tier? They can't live up to
No. That's not it. That's not a darn dead. Then we can go back and say. So then we can go back and say Juventus players didn't live up to his expectations either. I guess they didn't, and that was a team of some very good players. So something seems to be the common denominator. Something seems to be the common denominator, and they are still a better team than us. But something seems to be the common denominator. Something seems to be the common denominator. Why?
They were the same amount of players on that team.
Who left them trash?
Individuals on that very same
Cristiano Ronaldo is like a succubus, brother. That man is like a succubus. All I know is I'm about team and I'm not about player.
Same sentiment.
They are
With Juventus.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
I want to see a team, brother. I want to see a team. Cristiano Ronaldo can leave. I want to see a team.
Chad, next time give my disclaimer, please.
And sometimes when
That's how
one
you feel,
person,
Darren, and that's fine.
yeah, but at the same time, sometimes when somebody is there and they carry certain things with them, they bring down a whole institution. Sometimes, you know.
Completely.
I have, and that's a problem. I try to understand what they're saying.
Easy, what, Darren?
Out of the players, and that's a problem.
No, brother. That's not it. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. That's not the problem.
So let me answer this. Darren, what was the question Chad asked?
If he leaves, we're going to change.
Well, this is what we answering. We never said it was a problem. We are stating
So the conversation digressed.
We are stating our
but
of what we believe will change. You had yours.
you have yet to do so. You have yet to do so.
Raul, the conversation did digress. Like be really here. Conversation did digress.
But after you want to take your bull and your plow and plow a next piece of land, it must change.
No. I was responding to the digression. I was responding
to the digression. Okay, Dan. Well, tell us.
Hold up.
Darren. All right, Darren.
Conversation was going on a particular field.
You understand that, Kevin? I see your comment. We understand that. But we're not saying that they're crumbling under expectations, Kevin. What we're saying is that nobody performs in their job great all the time. Nobody. Even I last year I just went through the motions. It is on the owners, on the person to catch themselves and step up for themselves and do what they had to do.
I want to know who does be perfect in the job every day. Let me know that now.
Thank you.
Every day.
Yo. You see that is nonsense. That's semantics all going on there. We're not saying that they need to be perfect every day. They need to be perfect majority of the time. They will not. We finished 6th for crying out loud.
We
added a better player and we finished 6th. The expectations make everybody crumble. They cannot live.
A better player, you said? A better player, you said? Darren, again, look at the facts, my brother. Look at the goals we scored last season and look how many goals we scored this season before, brother. You can say best player and the greatest player, and it sounds nice. I fully agree. I fully agree. No, nobody is holding Cristiano Ronaldo fully accountable. It was a shit show behind the scenes before he came. We all know this. We are aware. Nobody's saying he's all to blame. What the point we are trying to make is maybe he's not the best thing for Manchester United at the moment. Maybe what he wants to do and what he wants to just now. No. Because no matter who you are, Darren, we are not Darren, no matter who you are, we are not going to be rushed into what it is we are planning or proceeding to do just because it suits a certain player's ambition for the next year, the next 1 year, that he's going to be here. Come on, bro.
Your mic looking very good,
Antonio. So come on, bro.
What Darren was saying. Darren, just repeat what you were saying.
That was probably for the best.
Nah, I want to hear what you were saying.
Basically, what I'm saying is, the stance we taken, we are consistently on a vicious cycle of making excuses for lack of greatness. We are a lot of mediocre players. Expectation supposed to make you perform better, not make it digress. How long
does expectation come with a process? Go ahead. Does it come with a process? Maybe his expectation and our expectations don't align. Do you think about that? Go ahead, brother.
Darren, you know that.
Go ahead, brother.
I want to go to.
Darren, come and expect macaroni pie, chicken, lentils, lettuce, salad, and thing for Sunday lunch, and you get KFC.
KFC, brother. KFC, kafaka.
I want to go to Greg B. Greg B, what you use the last man with this question?
Okay.
And then I want to flip it around one more time before we shut it down.
I'm also going to address two previous comments that were passing as well too.
Barman was saying
to Jeremy Carrera, who was in the comments talking about how United is a mid-table team. Coming from a Spurs fan, that's very, very ironic. So behave yourself. And two,
the guy is a TikToker and still have more trophies on your side.
Damn.
Wow.
That man has TikToks and still have more trophies.
And to address Kevin Cave's comment about how we're losing a box-to-box player and saying how the Rashford and everybody else did that. You notice that at the end of the day, even though Cristiano Ronaldo was the top goal scorer, those goals came in spurts. There was a period of time where he went missing for a good few games in the season.
6 or 7 games.
So as far as I'm concerned, you allow the other players around you to be able to develop and become better players. This is the same group of players. We're saying that these players are crap. These same players contributed to 73 goals in the previous season. You don't
and all of a sudden they're just nonsense.
And as far as I'm concerned, the way things are going, if Ten Hag is allowed to integrate the system that he wants, and it means that Ronaldo's out of the picture, I can see this team developing into a groove that where you see the players that are in the front line can be able to provide goals on all fronts.
But also too, let me be very honest about it.
No, hold on. Let me just finish this point I'm trying to make here. Cristiano Ronaldo, for all his greatness, sometimes the greatness can be a handicap to people around you because you are placing the expectations of yourself on everybody else. You cannot tell people to all of a sudden decide to turn up and turn Super Saiyan. Yes, you have the record for the most Champions League, for the most goals, for the most assists, and we are grateful for all of that. But you are coming into an environment where men are wanted you to help them to get to the next level.
Facts.
You cannot expect them to be right there already.
You know the greatest comparison to that? That's like, this basically come like this, right? Somebody meets you building yourself. Somebody meets you in Vex somebody meets you building yourself, eh? They have high standards, but they say, you know what? I'm willing to make a chance. But if Vex, you ain't doing things right.
Moving too slow, bro.
And that's what we were talking about. Maybe we have different expectations. Maybe we have different wavelengths, and it's not working out. And maybe you need to go somewhere who will meet your expectations. You can't come to me.
That's all.
And say, I want a 5-star.
Meet me a certain way.
I tell you, I have all this money. Well, you disappoint yourself.
Yes, no. Wait, if you have commitment money, you're rich.
Basically, so my point, President Chad, I'm just looking at it like this. You're getting it from more of a holistic perspective instead of having a group of individuals having to service one man to do the bulk of the goal scoring. And that is a problem because you want the team to be fully flowing and allow them to be able to be dangerous on all fronts. If you're only doing this to facilitate Cristiano Ronaldo, you're going to handicap the best attributes of other players around him. It happened to Dybala. It happened to Benzema at one point. What do you think happened?
You realize that coming on to the end of the season, Ronaldo played better when he played for the team.
Yeah,
facts.
And he benefited more goals when he was playing for the team in the early part of the season.
Facts.
We all noted when he was upset that he didn't get the ball to score, and he was upset.
A classic example of that.
With some of the players.
A classic example of that is the 3-1 win against Brentford. Ronaldo didn't score in that game. Elanga scored. Mason scored. Rashford scored. When Ronaldo got sent off the pitch, what did we see?
Tantrum. Such a team player. Such greatness.
How is that beneficial for someone
who can't fool me, brother?
Goal scorers of all time? How is it beneficial when you acting like that because you don't get on the score sheet?
Character is important.
I don't care how great you are. If your premise is to think about yourself making the headlines,
your own self,
helping the team become successful, then you are not welcome here.
I feel like I'm in church again, boy. Woo! Preach, brother. Preach.
Cristiano Ronaldo, for all his greatness, I'm sorry for cutting you off, Chad. Cristiano Ronaldo, for all his greatness, if his mindset is going to always be me first, then he's going to burn a lot of bridges.
Thank you.
Well, at 37 years old, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
Yes. New tricks.
Well, you know what? Then go in the corner and play that. I'm sorry.
So I personally, I'm Portugal is not one of my teams, but I personally would be hoping that somewhere along the line, Portugal and Argentina play and they beat Argentina. That's just my personal wish, but whatever.
Yeah, that would be great to see.
I want to say this, and I don't want to say it. I need to say it, but I don't want it to come across like a heaping scoring on Ronaldo. I remember when Ronaldo came, apart from our excitement, and apart from the media frenzy, there was excitement in the dressing room, supposedly. Men was talking about the first couple meals, everybody watching what Ronaldo have on his plate, and who decided going and take dessert, and all kind of thing. So men were really, there was an openness, I think, generally, to the greatness of Ronaldo. There was a willingness by most of the team to at least try to live up to a certain standard. Yeah. At least that's the impression I got. Right? If we could believe all that was said in and out, because it's not just media was reporting this, players themselves was coming out and talking about, the first times, eating as a team and all kind of thing with Ronaldo there.
Yeah, it was Harry's fault.
So that was all of that, right? But one of the things I look at for me, and the whole talk about the goals, we scored more goals last season than this season. And yes, Rashford was atrocious. And yes, Rashford and Greenwood and Cavani was missing for most of the season. So there are a lot of reasons why we didn't score, right? We cannot just heap that on Ronaldo. There are a lot of other reasons why we weren't scoring goals, right? But one of the things I look at is what people bring. I wouldn't lie to you. I was a little young, I can't remember all the intricate details of Cantona coming to United. The one thing I do know is Cantona took United up a notch. We won more games, we scored more goals, and we started to win regular trophies. Zlatan came, We won 2 trophies, 2.5 trophies, and he lifted the team. Right? Bruno Fernandes came. We moved from outside of the top 4 when he first came to the team to finishing 3rd. The following season, we finished 2nd. We make a semi-final and a final. Right? So I look at these players, and none of these players do I put anywhere close to the greatness of Cristiano Ronaldo. But ultimately, their presence improved Manchester United.
Facts.
When I look at Cristiano Ronaldo, where we're going to be judging this legacy is not now. Everybody, I want people to remember their opinion. And I don't believe in watching players with scorn. But I think we have 2 players we need to watch next season. Outside of United players, we need to be watching Paul Pogba, who says he has something to prove to United fans. Right? He said that, right? We didn't say that. He said he has something to prove, right, to United fans. So we need to be watching Paul Pogba. And if Cristiano Ronaldo gets his move, we need to watch Cristiano Ronaldo, and then we need to watch our performance. Yeah. Because if this team finishes with more points, more goals, and higher than 6,
a lot of haters need to shut up.
We're going to have to be honest and say that Cristiano Ronaldo's second coming was not what we wanted it to be. We're not going to be able to say honestly he was the problem because the team had problems. We're not going to identify that he's the only one. But we're going to be, we had to be honest. Now, if it is Ten Hag, even with the support, even getting the players you want, struggles, right? And we realize we're lacking that 1 goal score, then we could honestly say, boy, as bad as it was, if Cristiano was here, it probably would have been a whole lot worse.
I don't mind eating humble pie as much as
neither do I.
Yeah, but Chan, you're aware that if we do perform better, we'll have different players that bring in different things to the team.
I am aware, and that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. No, that's perfectly fine. That's what we want.
Just know.
Just know. Let me finish.
Just know. If we do better without him, and we get different players, they provide a different dynamic. That if he does stay and they are there, he himself could contribute more to the team. So I mean, we can't.
No, it's true. Note I said we have to watch 2 players. You know, it is not just what goes on with us. What goes on with us is half of it. Let's assume he goes to Napoli or to Bayern Munich. We have to watch and see what's going on with them. You know, is he because if he goes to another team, let's say, and elevates them. Now, the only elevation you could bring to a team like Bayern Munich is to win them the Champions League. Right? Because Bayern Munich winning the league and all kind of things. So
no, that's set in stone pretty much.
So if Cristiano goes to Bayern Munich and win Champions League, then you could say without a doubt, yeah. Cristiano, we missed the plot when he was here. If he go to Napoli and they win Serie A
and elevate them,
something that did not elevate them, then we could say, yeah, we missed the plot. But if we get elevated and he goes to a team and they stay pretty much the same or they come down, that is what I'm saying. We have to watch everything. We're not gonna. You can't just.
These are all realistic scenarios that can transpire.
All sides. Pick and choose.
Put on your spider glasses.
And I, for one, I don't know about nobody else, but I intend to be watching Paul Pogba at Juventus.
Me and you, brother.
I intend to. You can't call out my club. Call out my club and say, well, you know, I'm gonna show Manchester United. You're gonna show Manchester United.
Okay.
Let me see.
He had to remember he doesn't have Marquisio and Pirlo to protect him this time. Eh?
No, thank you, my brother. I'm waiting, you know. I'm just waiting. But
Greg, with that being said, then that
just want to say thanks, Darren. I want to tell you something, Darren.
Hold on. Let Darren. Let me hear what Darren trying to say there.
I want to tell Darren, thank you. Because when you first spoke just before, I just want to say thanks. Because you just validated everything I said before in 2 sentences. Thank you. Just see.
If that's your interpretation of my statement, then okay. No
but
problem.
You're trying to beat me up. You're trying to beat me up with it, but you come back and say the same thing.
What I'm saying is, if he had these two players, I say that you have to protect him, right? That should make him look better, right? If he had players at United that could do the same thing for him at United, then he probably would have been a lot better. And the point I'm driving home is we are lacking in particular areas, as we all know. But yet still we want to drive home critique on certain players who call out on the lack of when they say it. No,
it's the way that they're going about doing that we have the issue with. We don't have a problem with them calling out. We don't have a problem with the call outs. It's just the way that it's done is in poor taste.
Because everybody...
And I respect that view. Because he is talking the truth, but the way he went about it is where probably...
Because the club didn't appreciate... Sorry, Darren. The club didn't appreciate...
No, I said it was lost in translation. We are lacking tremendously. Since Carrick left, we have never replaced Carrick.
Hell, we even replaced Keane.
Bro, I'm not going to say that. To me, we never even replaced Roy Keane. And look how long that was.
So when great players come to us and they call us out, don't be vexed with them because we lacking. You can't vex with them.
Thing about the call outs, we as supporters, the club did not appreciate, and I don't even think Ten Hag himself appreciated how Ralph went about doing things. Right? People found Ralph was too direct and too honest. But you know who didn't find Ralph was direct and honest? Supporters. We were like, yeah, because Ralph called it as he said, and we appreciated that. We appreciated that honesty. Mm-hmm. So it is not that we have a problem with men being honest. We just, as you say, as we all agree, and it's nice that we could end on an agreement note that is how you do it. It's not what you do, but it's how you do it.
So no, my thing is a lot of what was said. I realized like we're not.
Let him finish.
From a holistic standpoint now, boy. Yeah. So Ronaldo doing what he's doing is atrocious, but he is partly correct. So we can't all the vitriol that coming behind it, like, yeah, but you're vexed with the man for being factual.
Now we know.
Make sense. The team lacking. If you don't go to a football club just to make money, unless it's probably Pogba, you go to a football club where you want to win.
And one of the reasons why we could never say, watch me, let me tell you something. Manchester United could go and win the league next season. And Ronaldo could go to a club and do nothing. And I still would not support that Ronaldo was the problem, because Manchester United needs a system. Right? And now that we have a system, coach, I expect us to perform better. Right? Mm-hmm. Even if Ronaldo was staying here, I expected us to perform better, and I expected him to score more.
That is my thing. I personally believe on that terrain, Ronaldo will get everything he wants and more.
Well,
but he rushed in the brush. And I agree on that.
And that's where the problem lies. That is the problem. You basically summarize exactly everything that we've been saying.
Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Please. You're allowing
not one training session. Not one training session.
That's where
the session is tomorrow.
But this is where all the vitriol comes from. This is where all the vitriol comes from, Darren. You even get a chance to get a proper training session in with Ten Hag to see how the system working, to see how everybody playing, and you go pound something like that, dog. I understand you're an ambitious individual.
Cristiano Ronaldo has been consistent.
Come on, man.
Cristiano Ronaldo has been consistent ever since he left Manchester United. He has been consistent at Real Madrid. He used to get vexed with Zidane when he didn't pick him for every game. He used to make sure and pander to make sure that things were towards himself. He did the same thing at Juve. He has been consistent. We just have to accept, sometimes you just have to accept somebody and the bad ways. I, for one, will not be...
And that is what I said.
Burning my CR7 jersey. I would wear it with pride. I don't like what he has done. I don't like going to the media. I don't like certain things. But I knew he was focused on his legacy before he came. So I'm not going to get on like...
He is allowed to do certain things because of how great he is.
Yeah, it's not right.
At the detriment of the team. At the detriment of the team.
At the detriment of the team. The team is lacking.
I don't go on to this, right? But it's so like although she is on me, she's come by my house at the end of the day, you know, right?
I still get no home. I still get no cook food. I still get no. Nah, dog. Nah, brother.
Ronaldo has proven himself. He's allowed man certain things because you know if
one question
asks for, he will produce.
One question, Darren. Is he the future? Is he the future of Manchester United? Is he the future of Manchester United?
Not the future of United. Of course, he's not the
how much do you think? No, but I just wait. Listen.
Allowance. Hold on.
No, it's no allowances here, brother. It's no allowances here, brother. It's no allowances here, brother. No allowances here, brother. No allowances. You work for what you want. There's no allowances here, brother. Allowances? No, brother. There are no allowances here.
Zlatan and done.
So,
well, clearly you want to end the show. So.
No long chat saying they're trying to sweep the floor and put you out. But hear what? But the thing about it is, Chad is the owner of the bar.
The man trying to get us out for the longest while.
There are two things we're going to leave with in total agreement. Thing number one is that we all could agree and we don't particularly like what Cristiano has done, but we all appreciate his greatness and we rate him, and that is not going to change. At least my opinion of Cristiano is not going to change because of this, and I don't think anybody here opinion of Cristiano is going to change either, right? And the second thing we could agree on is this. You have been listening to Old Talk United in the virtual bar. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
And remember, drink water and mind your business.
Mind your goddamn business.
I remember, just that girl can have all the degrees and all the fame. Don't let she wreck on your mind.
Yeah, don't let she hit your feelings. We ain't taking that. We're not allowing that.